How much power does the government have to search your phone at the airport? And it actually may be more than you think.
Yeah, FOX5 chief legal correspondent Katie Barlow was in court today on a case about the issue. So look, Katie, we all have phones. You have one in your hand right now. What's the question? What's the answer here?
Well, police generally have to either get a warrant or have probable cause in order to be able to search your cell phone. But government agents don't have to have either of those things at the international border. When you are coming into the country or leaving, the government actually has pretty broad authority to search whatever you bring with you, including electronic devices. So today, a Virginia man is challenging at least some of that authority here at the federal courthouse in Northern Virginia. Abdul Qadir Nur is a naturalized U.S. citizen from Somalia. He's suing the government after being placed on a government watch list that subjected him to additional screening at the airport, he says. His lawyers say he got placed on the watch list after the government investigated a caravan of relief goods that were stolen from his company. Nur was cleared of any wrongdoing, but the effects of getting placed on that watch list have long outlasted that investigation.
He was locked in a room. Officers, some of whom identified themselves and some of who didn't, would ask him questions, invasive questions. Eventually, he would stop responding to those questions, as is his right. During the beginning, he did. They would take his device and demand his password, and then they would just leave him in the room for several hours. And then they finally let him go, which they have to because he is a U.S. citizen, not accused of a crime. He has an absolute right to enter the country.
The government disagrees with some characterizations of those seizures, including the length of time that Nur was detained. They also emphasize that the government's power is at its peak at the international border in order to protect national security, and that customs officers have long been permitted to search devices without heightened suspicion, whether you're on a watch list or not. Nur argues that the government violated his right against unreasonable search and seizure. Although details about getting placed on a watch list are kept secret for national security reasons, we know from a leaked Intercept report that you can be placed on the watch list for innocent behavior like being related to someone on the no-fly list. Today, Nur's lawyers said that isn't grounds for agents to go looking through your phone every time you cross the border. So today's hearing is about whether Nur's lawsuit will be allowed to move forward. And at the end of the hearing, the judge said he'll release his decision as soon as he can. Back to you.
All right, Katie, thank you. Let's get to your Fox 5 Live Instant Poll question, which you can vote using your phone. Should the government have unrestricted access to your devices when entering the country? Well, you can vote at fox5dc.com or scan the QR code on the right side of your screen. 96% of you don't think so, which there you go. Continue voting. We'll check the results a little bit later on.